I see my name in shining lights. Yeah, a different city every night. Oh, I swear the world better prepare for when I'm a billionaire.
It's time to get down to business on the weekend's #1 business program. Known as the King of Networking, your host, Shalom Klein, has worked with thousands of entrepreneurs and created countless jobs. So, to success, let's get down to business.
We are all about small business jobs and entrepreneurship and business. We talk a lot about business here. You are on with Get Down to Business, and I'm your host, Shalom Klein. Remember, you can always download podcasts from Get Down to Business on my website at shalomklein.com. And while you are there, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Shalom Klein. A fantastic lineup is in store for you today. You won't want to miss a minute of it. We are going up to the last minute of the show with some fantastic guests. And my first guest is a returning one, and that is my good friend, the guru, Tom Miroballi.
Here we are. I come back like bad breath.
And no, you're the best, Tom. So you know what? It's funny. I was thinking before we went live over here, and people are always talking about you wish you could keep the money that you make and all that sort of good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess my question to you is, how often do people come to you and say, I've been looking at my health insurance bill and thought I would like to keep that money?
They do that every day.
Oh, yeah.
At least 3 or 4 times.
Oh, man.
I'm very fortunate.
You have a lot of conversations, Tom. So tell us a little bit about some of the ways that you're helping people keep the money that they're making.
Well, a lot of people over 50, 45, 40, whatever, they don't need maternity coverage. And that's what I mentioned on my radio advertisement. And it's very simple because I tell them what the cheapest cost is and with the Affordable Care Act, and they fall out of bed because number one, you have an $8,150 max out of pocket before the Affordable Care Act starts to pay at 100%. But you're paying dearly for it. I mean, that's a heck of a lot of money. I mean, the bronze plan, which is the least expensive plan, is running for a 50-year-old man, $795 a month for a healthy 50-year-old man. Well, and that has a total max out of pocket of $8,150 before his bills are paid at 100%. And I just tell people, look, my lowest deductible is $2,500, 100% coverage after the deductible. And that is basically going to cost you $225 a month.
So you find the right solution for everybody. And really a lot of it is, obviously if you need the coverage for something, sometimes there are policies that won't cover you. You are, as I always say, the guru in helping to find the right coverage for somebody that has a, let's say, pre-existing condition.
Correct.
You are able to help them and make sure they get coverage for that pre-existing condition.
That is correct.
But your point is also, Tom, well taken, that if somebody does not have a need for a specific coverage, why would you be paying for that?
Maternity.
There you go. So what I love to do whenever you're here in studio with me is I love to talk about people. And, obviously confidentiality is important, so we don't name names. But walk us through. It's been a couple of weeks since we've had you on. Walk us through some of the calls that you receive and some of the people that you've helped.
Mm-hmm. Well, people call me from basically the ad on WIND, AM 560, a great resource for people in retail business. Anyway. That's the plug for WIND.
I like it. They give you ads, you give them ads in return. I like it. It's good.
Well, and they say, look, I heard your advertisement, and you're saying no maternity coverage. I said, that's correct, no maternity coverage. How old are you? Well, I'm 60 years old. Okay, so what are you going to do with maternity coverage? Well, I'm not paying for maternity coverage. You are under the Affordable Care Act, and sure enough, they are. And so I do the numbers. I say, do you realize that you're going to spend $8,150 before the plan covers you at 100%? And with my plan, you can have as low as a deductible of $2,500 to be covered at 100%. And no maternity coverage. And they say, well, what's the catch? I said, you just have to go through underwriting. Mm-hmm. So if you're insulin-dependent diabetic, or if you have lung cancer, or whatever, you're not going to get covered under my plans, okay? These are for healthy people. If you have insulin-dependent diabetes, that's where the Unaffordable Care Act plan comes in, because there's no underwriting.
But Tom, what you do is for again with the right plan, you and I know you talk about this on your website, which we'll make sure we send our listeners to. You talk about the ability to basically guarantee acceptance into a plan, and you walk them through that process to make sure they will get into a plan, regardless of what their situation is. It might cost them a little bit more, and you make no qualms about it. But you will get them that plan, and if they don't need that coverage, they will end up with the right solution. And I know that age certainly factors in, and there's the right fit for everybody. There's HMOs, there's HSAs, there's PPOs, and so on. So your process, when somebody calls you, you're going to ask them, I'm assuming, a lot of questions. And at the end of the day, you're not in any large corporation's pocket in terms of basically you're not motivated or driven to put them on a specific plan. It's more about, let's get you a plan.
Correct. And if they qualify for a good plan, the short-term major medical plan, which can go on and on and on, because I represent 4 separate companies, and if you have to have the Affordable Care Act, that's my, what is that? The least resistance. I mean, if you need a plan, if you're overweight, if you have insulin-dependent diabetes, if you've had cancer within the last 5 years, that's our fallback system. Now, if I have a family, husband and wife, say three children, and let's say the husband had lung cancer within 2 years, I can't put him on the major medical plan without the maternity coverage because the guy has to be clean for 5 years. But I can take mom and the 3 children and put them on the plan without the maternity coverage. So that has happened quite a few times.
Yeah, so there certainly are options, and that's important that you were able to provide that. Correct. And Tom, you've been doing this for quite a while, haven't you?
26 years.
26 years, so you've seen it all.
Yeah, a couple of days. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
No, absolutely. And so it's interesting always, certainly in this era of COVID, a lot of just thinking from the business perspective, and you and I have talked about this quite a bit, is that obviously a lot of businesses are struggling. Insurance is something everybody needs, especially, health is certainly top of mind for everybody. I know you and I both, we were just talking about, people, everybody's going through a lot in their life, whether it's around COVID or, other conditions have not stopped, that's for sure. And so health is certainly top of mind, and people want to make sure that they're covered. Some people have been furloughed from their jobs. They need coverage. So you must be really busy, my friend.
I'm swamped 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Yeah, I get calls at 2 a.m. That's fine. If I don't answer, leave a message. I call you right back. I had a guy call today's Sunday. I had a guy call me today. I shot him out a quote. So it's the customer is in control. I don't push anybody. I still, believe it or not, mail out black and white brochures, prices, applications, etc. I could do them electronically, but people want to see this stuff in front of them. Oh, the guy's legitimate. He's got an office in Lisle. He's got all of this information that I can read, touchy-feely, you know what I mean? And they like that. They appreciate that.
Yeah, and I know that you provide the right option for everybody. And your website's really a fantastic website. It's funny, you actually have a chat feature through your website, which is pretty cool. And Tom, cool. you can't see him because he's here in studio, but there is a chat feature that pops up on his website, which I've pulled up in our beautiful Elk Grove Village studio over here. But Tom, I know you love to meet your clients, meet your customers, and whether it's in person or there's customers I know all over Illinois and beyond, sure. But they could call you and you answer your phone. Yeah. Generally, not 24 hours a day.
Like I say, you call me at 2 a.m, leave a message.
Yeah, it might be tough. So, Tom, how can people reach you if they want to?
Call me at 630-863-3477. That's 630-863-3477. Or you can email me at tmiroballi@yahoo.com.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, Tom, as always, appreciate it. You educate our listeners all the time, and we hear your jingle, hear your ads on the program. So certainly that number is familiar to many of our listeners, 630-863-3477, or visit the website healthplanchicago.com. Or, of course, you could also email Tom, tmiroballi@yahoo.com, and we have you linked all over our show website, which of course people can look at all of our guests, but we've obviously had many conversations, each focusing on a number of different topics, and all of that is at shalomklein.com. But again, 630-863-3477, offices in Lisle, and you take calls all the time, Tom?
All the time. If I'm around, I take them.
Absolutely. So, I can't believe we're already in September. That means you've got a couple of more months. I know, and people are going to, surely be reaching out for a lot of those end of the year health insurance conversations as they start to look at.
And, we do small groups.
Yes.
So, it doesn't really matter. 10, 12, 15 people, you want to do short term, we can do that. You want to beat the system with maternity coverage, we can do that.
Business owners and individuals need to reach out to Tom Miroballi, an independent agent. Visit healthplanchicago.com. Check out his website. Email him, tmiroballi@yahoo.com, 630-863-3477. Tom, come back real soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
The guru himself, Tom Miroballi. And coming up after the break, I'm going to be speaking with the dean of the law school at the Savat Academic College. Cannot wait to have that conversation. We'll be right back and get down to business.